'Cause it's just loose lips. I chat better than I sing, so go ahead and enjoy.
Do you find with the, I'd say the last 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, the conversation around mental health has definitely become a lot more prevalent and a lot more acceptable in discussing. But a lot of the symptoms, would you put that down to the taking health for granted and the external factors of what we are doing, or would you put it down to the fact that we're just a bit more engaged with specific terms? So maybe the ills of mental health were still around, decades and years ago, but they really didn't know how to give a terminology to it where we could process how to overcome it.
Absolutely, and I completely yes, that's absolutely a fact. But I think it's been more prevalent and we've been talking about it more. We're more open to it. So that means that people are more likely to engage in discussion around it and bring it up. But there is also biological reasons for it. There's absolutely, your neurotransmitters are what, impacts your mental health. You've heard of your serotonin, your dopamine, your GABA, all of these things. Now, you can have imbalances in them. People who are chronically depressed or there is a chemical imbalance there, and that can be whether you're born with it or that can be something that is that comes about through stress. That's something that comes about through environmental toxins. So whether that's something, whether that's drug abuse, alcohol abuse, smoking, all of these things that deplete nutrients in the body, that there is, I think now as we're starting to become more aware and talk about mental health because it's more in the media, I think what really pushed it was, when Prince William and Harry did a lot of their stuff a few years ago, that made it really, really mainstream. And now people are talking about it all the time, which is fantastic. I do think in the past it was just, it was put a lid on because people didn't understand it. And now there's been so much research into it, knowing that, your mental health is as important as your physical health, whereas before we just didn't know that. So I do think that it's important that you look at it again holistically, because it can be a fact that you're not eating the right foods, which are going to mean that you're depleting nutrients, or there's been an imbalance. It can be that you've got digestive problems, which means that you're not absorbing the vitamins and minerals you need to make your neurotransmitters to make you feel good. I think 30% of your serotonin is made in your gut, and serotonin is your happy hormone, what makes you feel good. So if you've got, serious issues going on in your gut, you could then also, that could be leading to, some sort of mental health problem because you have got an imbalance there. So you've got to think it's all connected. Like you keep saying, it's all completely connected. But it is really important to look at it like the whole body holistically, I think, with it.
'Cause it's just loosely